this is every villain in Marvel Champions. And you've played 5 of them?
Maybe 5.
So we thought it'd be fun if she ranked all of them. And we're going to see how that goes. So we're going to rank them from the hardest, 5 is what we're calling it, down to the easiest, 1. And we're going to see...
how well I do.
Yeah, we're going to see how it goes compared to what the community would say. And I'm going to give absolutely no hints. I'm not going to give anything at all.
I'm on my own here.
And all she is allowed to base it off of is the stage 1 of the villain card. She doesn't get to see any other card. She doesn't get to see stage 2 or stage 3 or anything like that. She only gets to see stage 1. So we'll see how this goes.
You're starting me off with an easy one. I'm excited. I think I got this.
All right, so here we go. We have it laid out all on the screen here. You can see 5 is at the very top. This is what Novels is going to consider the most difficult villain, down to 1, which is the easiest. This is all subjective, just so you know. So, like, if you're like, hey, why would Novels ever say that? For 2 reasons. 1, it's a subjective list, and 2, she's probably never played that.
I feel like we need to clarify that I've only played Marvel Champions maybe 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, it's not a lot of times.
So,
yeah.
I've got some knowledge, but not a lot.
Yeah, so I will be controlling the screen so that once she, picks the villain, or once she says what villain difficulty it is, again, she's only allowed to use the stage 1 of the card, but we're going to see whatever she picks, and then I'll put it up on the list so that you can all keep track of it.
I have a question.
Sure.
Am I allowed to change what my initially ranked?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I can shuffle them if needed. Okay.
If you realize you made a terrible mistake in the...
I thought you weren't going to let me do that, so that's exciting.
No, yeah, that's not
Okay.
fair. So, okay, so we're going to start just so that everyone understands at home. We are starting off with Rhino, stage 1. So do you mind reading the stats on Rhino, which is just the scheme, the attack, if there's any real text there, and his hit points in the bottom?
Ah, yes, because that should be important to my decision,
Yes,
correct?
yes. This is just a slight hint that you may want to know this.
I didn't know hit points existed down at the bottom, so that was a fun fact for those who are new. All right, he has 1 scheme and 2 attack. So those are things that he'd be doing to me that are bad, right?
Generally,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Rhino. I knock things down. That's what I do. That's who I am. And he has 14 hit points. Refresh me on hit points.
That's how much damage you have to do
to
the Rhino
kill him.
to defeat him.
Okay,
Yeah.
That doesn't seem bad. Rhino's easy. He's going in 1.
He's going in 1?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll take
Was he
Rhino.
one of the ones I played?
You did.
Okay, he was I think
one.
my first one, so he definitely deserves to be in the 1 stat.
Okay. All right, so the next one that we have is Claw.
All right, Claw has 2 scheme and 0 star attack, so that's terrible.
Wait, what's terrible?
That he only has 0 attack.
Oh, terrible for him. I thought you meant terrible for us as like a player. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Come meet your doom. And he has 12 hit points, which also seems low. Forced interrupt. When Claw attacks, give him 1 additional boost card for this activation. I don't understand why he has 0 attack.
Do you remember how attacking works?
No.
So every time they attack, right, you flip over a boost card. You remember that?
So he
then you
gets
count the little
extra
stars in.
attacks for those.
Yeah, he gets an extra
So when
back
Claw
card.
attack. Oh, so he just always gets an additional boost card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that could be 0.
It could be a lot of zeros.
Could be 0. All right, we'll put him at a 2.
All right, Claw up at a 2.
Perfect.
Next up, we have Ultron.
Ultron.
Yeah, he's fun.
Ultron is also a hero. Right?
In what world?
No, who's...
You're thinking of Jarvis with Vision?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not the same person.
Is that the same name?
No,
No.
one's Vision and one's Ultron.
Okay, never mind. He seems like a good guy, though.
Yeah, I mean, he seems great.
He's got 1 scheme and 2 star attack. He has 17 hit points. That feels like more. Force response. After Ultron attacks you, choose to either place a threat on the main scheme or put the top card of your deck into play face down. Engage with you as a drone minion? He's got drones?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. He doesn't have any good flavor text, so I'm going to put him as a 2.
All right, 2. Higher or lower than Claw on the 2?
I don't know. I didn't think I was going to have to get that detailed. Higher? Lower.
Easier
Lower.
than Claw.
Easier than Claw.
Okay.
Wow,
Right.
so I have to make those decisions too?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
decision in rankings. People care about that stuff. Okay, so next up we have Crossbones.
Ew. All right. He has 1 scheme and 1 attack. Man, a lot of them have asterisks next to them.
That's a lot of the game.
Okay.
Asterisks.
He's Hydra.
Asterisk
He's a
eye.
mercenary. I consider myself a craftsman. I specialize in destruction and terror. I have to admit, is that the flavor text? Or is what's the
yeah.
bottom, that's going to factor into my decision. He only has 12 hit points, so that seems like not a lot. These guys felt easy. Also, I need to know, how did you stack these? In what order are they stacked for me to go through?
Not telling you at all.
Is there an order, though?
There is an
Will
order.
people be able to guess what it is based on...
People probably already understand the order.
Oh, good. All right. I'm not behind at all. While Crossbones has a weapon, his attacks gain piercing. So that's decent. But he only has one attack still.
In one scheme, yeah.
I'm going to put him as a 1.
Okay. A 1 below or above?
Rhino is going to be the easiest player in the game.
Just hands down.
Just in general.
After you've seen 4 villains,
yeah,
you've decided Rhino
I've
is the
decided that
absolute
Rhino
easiest.
is the easiest.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, so next up is Absorbing Man.
Okay. I hear you discuss him a lot.
Mm-hmm. I do talk about him a lot.
He has one
Do you know what about we talk about him?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just recognize the name because every time you say it, I think of does he absorb things into himself? Is that the idea?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
He's
a
just
lot
a
of lore.
brute. One scheme, one scheme, 2 attack, and 14 hit points. Absorbing Man gains the trait of each environment in play. You know, I beat Thor once. Picture that. Crusher Creel standing over the God of Thunder, and you think you scare me. Yeah, but we've all seen Thor when he was not on top of his game, so I feel like that's a little too braggy.
Wait, do you think Thor had long hair or short hair at that point?
Oh, he definitely had his long scraggly hair.
It makes him weaker? Is he stronger with shorter hair?
No, his hair has no effect on his strength.
Interesting, really.
He's not Samson.
No, he's not, but
So-
he is he's a Norse god.
Yeah, but still...
Their hair matters.
Does it?
Pretty sure I read it in the Norse
I
mythology
don't know about
book.
that. All right, I don't feel like he has anything... I don't know what the traits mean. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
going to put
tricky
him
one.
as a 2.
Okay. Higher
In
than
the
Ultron?
middle?
Right in between the
Yeah,
two?
he'll be in the middle.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, so next up we have Taskmaster. If you
Ooh.
need to do your tasks, he is the master.
I feel like I like him for that reason. There's nothing you can do that I can't do better. That's intimidating.
That is.
Yeah.
You got to have a good catchphrase as a villain, right?
Yeah. 1 scheme and 2 attack. After a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boosts. That feels hard. He's going to go with 3.
Okay. And how many hit points do you have?
13.
13. All right. So
We got our first 3.
yeah,
This is
we're
exciting.
way up there now. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Now we have Zola.
Zola. Why doesn't he have a head?
It's in his chest.
That's not where it's supposed to
That's
go.
where all good villain heads are.
Ugh. All right. Oh, he has 2 scheme and only 1 attack and only 12 hit points. Retaliate for 1. So does that mean every time you attack him, he hits you back for 1?
Yes.
That's brutal. My mutate program will transform these pathetic creatures into Hydra's elite shock troops. I don't like his face and his chest thing. That's scary. I'm going to put him as a 3.
Is it 3?
But below an easier 3.
All right, easy 3 below Taskmaster. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, next up we have Red Skull.
Hey, Red Skull.
Our son learned
Wow,
who
he's
Red
literally,
Skull was today.
that's his picture.
Is it Red Skull?
Yeah, who would have thought? Yeah. Oh, freedom is only for the one who rules. All others must be slaves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little creepy.
Do you know the whole Red Skull thing?
I have no idea
it's
who
the
he is.
Nazis. That's what
that
it
makes
is.
sense.
It's based off the Nazis.
Okay. Huh. He has 2 scheme and 0 attack. Red Skull gets +1 attack for each side scheme in play. Okay, so I know what side schemes are, but I don't understand them at all because you just handle that completely whenever we play.
Yeah, but you notice how many may be in play.
I know sometimes there's a lot and sometimes there's not a lot. So I'm going to assume that he comes with a lot of them because it's a direct factor in his extra attacks. And the Nazis are bad, so we're going to put that as... he's going to be at 3, but the hardest 3.
All right, above... let me look at him. What was his hit points, did you say?
No. Still only 12.
Still only 12. All right. All right, so next up we have Drang.
Drang!
Or Brotherhood of Badoon. A lot of people...
Oh, okay.
It's both ways, technically. Well, technically it's only
Yeah, I don't know what that means at all. 1 scheme, 2 attack, force response. After Drang schemes, resolve the Badoon ship's charge-up ability.
Do you have any idea what that is?
That doesn't mean anything to me.
That's a sentence that means
Surrender
nothing.
to the might of the Badoon, and he has 13 hit points. That feels... I don't really... He's got a cool picture, though. I'm going to put him as a 2.
Okay, whereabouts? Above
Like
Ultron?
the easy 2.
Below Ultron?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and then we have the Collector 1.
Hey, he's from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
He is.
He doesn't seem like a scary guy.
He's
I think
very
he's going to be
friendly.
easy. All right.
He's kind of weird. I forgot the actor's name, but he's a little weird guy.
2 scheme, 1 attack. He's an elder. Force interrupt. When a card would be placed into the discard pile from play, put it face up into the collection instead. Oh, so you just lose cards. He has 13 hit points. I have a display case ready and waiting for our newest acquisitions. You know what? He's going to go in the 1s. But he's going to be the second. He's going to be in the middle on the 1s.
In the middle.
Yeah.
All right, so Collector 1. All right, so now we have Collector 2.
Why?
We are all wondering that.
So I understand how to play Marvel Champions.
Yeah,
I've asked why at the appropriate
have now
time.
been initiated into Marvel Champions.
It's not even... He doesn't even say... Okay.
And the
1 and A1?
Well, the other thing is this Collector, there's 2 sides. So you might have to look at both sides.
Oh.
It's the first one that you
he
have
loses
that's
his
like
face.
that.
Where's half of his body go?
Faces are overrated, so...
It just says Collector cannot be defeated.
Yeah.
Okay, that feels bad. When Collector would be defeated, remove 3 threat and flip the card. But then it can't be defeated? When the round ends, flip this card and then set Collector's... Oh my gosh, you have to go back and forth?
And how many hit points does that side have?
Infinity?
Yeah.
Oh, well that makes sense because you have to flip him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. He's 4.
He's a 4?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because he's confusing, so that's...
That puts him up there.
Yeah, that puts him up there.
Yeah, that puts him up there. All right, next up we have Nebula, who we all like.
Yeah, that's a
she's
shame.
fun. Yeah. You know, she is... I think she's the only card where she's a villain, a hero, a nemesis, and an ally
Wow.
in the game. She's like everything.
Good for her.
Yeah. She deserves it.
Yeah. Karen Gillian. We all love her.
Yeah, we all love her.
She's got asterisks next to both, of course. 1 scheme and 2 attack. The first technique attachment revealed each round gains Surge. Oh, I hate Surge. Surge is the worst.
Yeah, we do hate Surges.
All right. When Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability on each technique attachment in play. And then, wow, that's a lot of work. And
There's a lot of reading.
For that, I'm going to put her as a 3.
All right, how many hit points does she have?
Oh, she also has 14, which is a lot
All
per
right,
person.
So a 3 where...
Hardest 3.
Hardest 3.
Hardest 3.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, next up we have Ronan the Accuser.
Ronan! Is this the easy one?
Yeah, so this isn't Ronin that you thought before, which was an ally. This is Ronan.
This is Ronan. Yeah, he's a hard one, but he's going to be like a 4. All right. 2 scheme, 2 attack. He looks so cool.
He's got a big hammer. It's pretty
I was
cool.
going to say, did he steal Thor's hammer?
No, it's his own hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, they have different hammers.
Toughness. All the time. He has toughness?
He starts with toughness. That's what that means.
Force interrupt. When Ronan the Accuser activates against you, give him 1 additional boost card if you control the Power Stone. Oh, that's right. There is no discussion, no debate. You are guilty. I think Ronan deserves to be a 4. I think he's going to be the hardest one so far. Is he the one? Is he the one
14
we
hit
played?
points.
Did we play him?
Did we play Ronan?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried Ronan.
Yeah, we did. We beat him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
It was very simple.
Yeah, it was very
And
easy.
everyone was mad.
All right, Ebony Maw.
Okay. It's a weird looking person thing. Mystic. Mystics are the worst. Okay, so 2 scheme, 1 attack, 14 hit points. They're getting higher. When Ebony Maw activates against you, remove an invocation counter from each spell card in your play area.
Could be 1, could be 100. You don't know. Could be 1,000 cards that are out there because you've never played Ebony Maw. I'm pretty sure.
Does he have like his own deck? Do they all have their own decks?
Every single villain has an encounter deck.
And I'm guessing that would have spells.
That might be a good guess. Might not be.
Your powers are quaint. Let me show you real magic. That's good use of vocabulary. I'm going to guess. I don't understand why there's asterisks next to the scheme and the attack.
Because it's when he activates. So if he schemes or attacks, that's an activation.
Oh. It feels bad to let those things happen. I'm going to put him as a 3.
Okay.
Like a behind Nebula 3.
All right, so
upper
half. Okay.
Yeah, upper.
All right, so this one's a little different. This is fighting 2 villains at once. This is Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive. This is the Tower Defense scenario.
Cool. Those are a lot of words that mean nothing to me.
Yeah, but there's 2 cards.
So do you play them together?
Yeah, so just so you know, generally...
Why are they together? Do they like each other? Are they like friends?
I think they're married in the comics, but I'm not 100% sure about that. They might be, but yeah, they both go on the table at the same exact time, and you have to fight both. Kind of how we did Sinister Six, where there's like some extra people.
All right.
It seems like
cannot be defeated while they have any hits. So you have to, all right.
You have to take out both of them.
And they both have, they have different things. So Corvus Glaive has 2 scheme and 1 attack, but Proxima Midnight has 1 scheme and 2 attack. The fact that you have to defeat both of them, Corvus has 8 hit points and she has 9 hit points, which combined, if you do that math, is 17, which is a lot. I'm going to put them as the reigning married villains, according to our new lore. They're going to be 5s.
They're going to be 5s?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Perfect.
Crushed that one.
Yeah, no, that was really good. All right, so this is Thanos.
Thanos! We've played him.
We have.
He was tough.
Yeah, played him.
All right, 1 scheme, 2 attack, but he does the weird thing with the stones. So after the Infinity Stone deck runs out, he gets a face-down boost card. Soon you will know what it's like to lose. I think we did lose. So he has 16 hit points. He was tough. I'm going to put him as a 5.
Harder than tower defense? Or
yeah.
Easier? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, harder. Okay, perfect. So he's a 5.
He came with all the Infinity Stones, right?
He does, yeah.
And like everything had an issue that was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard.
All right, this is also a 2-sided card.
Hela!
This is Hela.
I love her. She's my favorite.
We actually just watched the Thor, or most of the Thor movies.
She's just so cool. Mm-hmm. Wow, she only has 1 scheme and 1 attack. Because, man, I felt like she was hard to defeat. 8 hit points, but there's just stars everywhere. Mm-hmm. Plus 1 scheme, plus 1 attack, and 2 hit points for each side scheme in the victory display. This is where she just like throws out all of her swords, and they just come out as side schemes.
Yeah, just side scheming everywhere.
I think she's gonna be a 5.
Yeah, another side, right?
Oh, geez, no, I didn't. Okay. Oh, she's wounded. Aw, that makes me sad for her. Oh, she cannot be defeated. Oh my gosh, another one of those. You cannot kill the goddess of death. Well, that's literally true. Yeah. So I think she's gonna be the hardest so far.
The absolute hardest.
Absolute hardest.
Absolute hardest. Okay. All right. Next one I'm giving you is Loki. I only pulled 1 out. There's actually 5 Lokis. Just FYI.
Feels typical of him.
But I only pulled 1 because that's
that.
A lot of Lokis for you to look at.
I don't really care about that many Lokis.
Yeah, I figured the words and the stuff on it didn't really matter to you. So.
All right. Whoa, 20 hit points.
Yeah, he's got a lot of life.
That's a lot. That would be 40 for us together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that math.
Yeah, that was correct math. I've never played in multiplayer, so I didn't know if he had the little person symbol. Yeah. So I was like, does he have
Don't they all?
I don't know, to be honest.
I think so far.
Maybe. Possibly. Yeah.
Anyway, he has 2 scheme and 1 attack. Retaliate 1, victory 1. I don't know what victory means.
Oh,
so
just
like win?
After you beat that Loki, he can't change to that Loki. So his gimmick is that he can change from one Loki to another. That's all.
Oh, wow.
And then the stats change and stuff.
When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck into a side scheme. Is it when he's defeated, isn't he just done?
No, just like most of these, there's a second stage, right? Most of these villains.
Oh, so that's right. Okay,
Lokis.
that's right. I'm only looking at the first one. Yeah. Okay. He seems pretty simple. I'm going to put him as a 2. Like low.
Like down here
sure.
low?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do Sandman now.
Ugh.
He's made of sand.
Yeah, I figured.
No one likes sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
No, that's just you.
That's Anakin Skywalker. He hates sand.
Okay, you're right. So you and another person. Congratulations.
Yeah, Darth Vader, all right? the ruler of the galaxy.
Spoiler alert.
I think I've seen the movie. I just won't tell you who he's the father of.
Okay. 1 scheme, 2-star attack. He's got Sandblast, which is fun.
Naturally.
The Sandman is more powerful than any of you creeps. He just sounds a little arrogant.
Arrogance is like a good trait of a villain, I feel like.
They
should be arrogant.
Yeah. I guess they all probably are to a certain extent, but they don't all. Some do it in better ways, cooler ways.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When Sandman attacks you, that attack deals indirect damage. If your identity takes any amount of damage from that attack, resolve the Surging Sands. What's indirect damage?
Okay, so it's basically all the damage has to be counted somewhere. So, like, sometimes you have, like, one of your allies take, like 50
6,
damage and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Indirect, it wouldn't work that way.
Huh. Okay. Meh. That feels difficult, so I'm going to put him in the 3 zone. No. Yeah, I'm going to put him in 3. He can go above the guy with the face. in the chest.
They all have faces. Okay.
No, they don't actually. He does not have a face on his head. So there. Yep, perfect.
All right, so next up we have Venom.
Ooh.
Who's a favorite, crowd favorite.
Crown favorite. Okay. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 17 hit points. Oh, Sandman had 16. Ooh, I feel like I should have made him harder. He's got toughness. You know what's interesting is this card says this character enters play with a tough status card. So it explains it to you what it's supposed to do, and the other one didn't.
Yeah.
Does this one come out earlier?
No. Wording isn't exactly the strong suit of Fantasy Flight
Ugh,
games and Marvel
sorry.
Champions. They also don't understand how sentences work if you've heard any of my rants, but that's
I feel like there was a recent one that just went up.
Yeah, there was a lot of ranting of that because, independent clauses. But, what's
Follow
that?
D20. He loves to rant.
Yeah.
Don't we all? Vengeance is his first response. After you attack and damage Venom, place 1 face-down boost card on your identity, like that you have to resolve every time you attack him. Okay, he goes into the 5, but he's at the end.
At the end of the 5. Okay, cool. And then
These cards are the worst.
we have Mysterio,
That's fun.
who's also Jake Gyllenhaal in the movies.
Really?
I thought that would affect your rankings. I don't remember all the
like
actors for
that.
a lot of these, but
Welcome to your nightmare. I don't think we would call that a nightmare.
I don't think they knew it was Jake Gyllenhaal at the time.
Well, they should have.
Actually, maybe they did.
They did not have me working in their marketing.
Yeah, right?
Welcome to your dream. What are you talking about? This is the villain. Oh, I got confused. All right, 2 scheme, 1 attack, 15 hit points. Seeds of Fear. After you resolve a boost card during his activation, place that card in your discard pile if it has the illusion trait.
Illusion, Michael.
It's an illusion. It's not a trick. Tricks.
Yeah, don't say
Okay,
the rest of that. But I make that reference every single time on the live stream over on twitch.tv/D20 Woodworking.
Do you?
Every single time.
Good.
It's an
So
illusion,
you can-
Michael. And chat half the time gets it right.
Bonus points if you understand what we're talking about. All right. He's going to be in the 2s. He's not scary.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be-
Are you putting
what?
him there literally because of Jake Gyllenhaal?
I'm not saying I'm not doing
Okay,
that.
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know what the discard situation is.
That's fine.
He can go in the middle. Like, yeah.
Above
there.
Ultron?
No,
Below
below.
Ultron?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, great.
All right, so next one is
Fun
actually you
facts.
played this one.
Oh,
This is
no.
the
The
Sinister
Sinister
Six.
Six. Oh, they
So-
were terrible.
So you have played that. So you don't have to read all those cards?
5.
Or are we making that decision?
No,
Okay.
but we're thinking about it.
All right, so you don't have to read all of them. You can kind of glance through them because we have played this.
Do you want to give a
before.
quick overview?
Yeah, basically it's the activation order. So you have 6 different villains. It starts with the lowest activation. When you defeat one, you kind of get light at the end of the tunnel. All that stuff and whatnot. But their stat lines are all around like 8, 9, 10 hit points. I think. Mm-hmm. I think there's 111 if I remember. 0, 1, 2 scheme. 1 has 3 attacks.
It felt like we could never get out from under them. So I'm going to put them as a 4. Below Ronan, but above the Collector.
Okay, cool. All
They
right,
were
next
tricky.
we have Venom Goblin.
Oh, is that different?
Yeah, he now has Venom.
No, we had a Venom.
Oh yeah, there's a Venom and there's a Hobgoblin, and later there'll be a Green Goblin,
And this one's different.
but that's a Venom Goblin. Yeah,
Is he also part of the Spider-Verse?
He is.
this one?
He
Okay.
is. There's a lot of spider-related things.
Oh, boy.
People like
But
spiders.
but it's a different person.
Yeah, he is.
He's his own man.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 16 hit points. That's a lot. Steady.
Steady as she goes. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Steady.
Yeah.
You know when we do stun and confuse?
Yeah.
It takes 2 stuns to actually stun him, or 2 confuses to actually confuse him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Stalwart, you can't do it at all. Which
All
I've
right.
seen a few of those villains.
Infest the city. After Venom Goblin activates against you, move the glider counter to the main scheme. Choose to either place 2 threat or resolve its special ability. That sounds difficult. I'm going to make him a 4. He's going to be above the Collector. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right, next up we have Sabretooth.
How many more do we have? Holy cow, there's so many
We're
still.
about halfway through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Hey, is this from X-Men?
We are now in
Man,
the
he was terrible in that movie. I'll rip your guts out. Yeah, you're pretty simple. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 13 hit points. After Sabretooth activates, discard the top card of the counter deck. Heal damage from Sabretooth equal to the number of boost icons. Oh, that's an interesting...
mechanic.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
I think he's going to be a... I think he's going to be a 1. But he's going to be like a hardish 1.
above or below Crossbones?
Below Crossbones.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I feel good about that.
Okay. Next we have Sentinel.
Ooh.
This is also the Project Wide Awake.
He kind of looks like Iron Man.
Yeah, man, they're both kind of like machines and whatnot.
He also has toughness. Note, it does not say what to do.
Does not explain toughness this time.
Okay, 2 scheme, 2 attack without any stars. That's fun. The first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of the Abduction Protocols side scheme, and reveals it. Oh, that's just at the beginning.
That's just the reveal, yeah.
Mutant detected, initiate capture sequence, 16 hit points. I think he fits in the 2s. In terms of where, I think he's going to be harder than Jake Gyllenhaal. Perfect.
All right, cool.
Ew.
Next up, we have Master Mold.
I don't like that.
He's a little moldy.
Okay. That's gross. Thankfully, his picture is not at all what I would have pictured for that. 1 scheme, 2 attack. 12 hit points. Oh, jeez. All right. But he has stalwart and toughness, which I feel like are the same thing. But I'm assuming they are not.
What is the same thing?
Stalwart and toughness.
No, those are very different
Okay,
things.
well, they sound like they're similar.
Yeah, okay.
When Master Mold schemes against you, discard cards from the encounter deck until a Sentinel minion is discarded. Put that minion into play. Do not give Master Mold a boost card. Oh, that's helpful, but you get minions a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He schemes whenever you're in anti-hero mode.
Alter ego.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
alter
alter
ego.
ego. There we go. That doesn't happen to me very often. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna make him a 1. He's gonna be just above Rhino. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mold's pretty easy to get rid of.
Nah, just put a little bleach on it and
Yeah,
it's
you're
fine,
good. Good to
right?
go.
Yeah. All right, so this is a 4-villain scenario.
jeez.
They are
Oh, there's
double-sided.
double. Okay.
So for everyone at home, this is the Mansion Attacks scheme. Does it not say it on here? Yeah, funny enough, it doesn't say it. But this is Mansion Attacks, right? This is with Blob, Toad, Pyro, Avalanche. Do you know what happens to a Toad when struck by lightning?
The same thing that happens to everything else.
Greatest movie line ever? Who knows? Who knows? But here, you can take those cards.
Is that what they're from?
Yeah, it's from that movie. But yeah, so there's 4 different villains in there for you all, ranging from 13 to 16 health.
Oh wow, that's
yeah.
a decent amount.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so some of them have attack, some of them don't.
Mm-hmm.
All of them scheme. How do I get? Do you have to just get rid of all of them together, or?
I'm not
what
going to tell you the
happens?
mechanic.
Oh my god. I should have known you would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels difficult. After Toad attacks, discard a random card, take indirect damage, exhaust an ally. I mean, like, it feels difficult. I think they're gonna be under Ronan and 4.
Above Sinister Six?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next up we have Magneto. Which is really fun.
I feel like he deserves to be a 5.
I will say...
18!
Yeah, he's got a lot of life. He, in my personal opinion, is the best designed villain in this game.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's really well designed.
After
It doesn't make him easy or hard, just makes him well
After
designed.
Magneto attacks, you place 1 magnet counter on the main scheme. To oppose the master of magnetism is to invite your own destruction. I kind of feel like he deserves a better quote.
That's all he gets.
Yeah. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 18 hit points though. I think he's going to be the lowest 5. Just because he's
5.
He's probably, honestly, one of my favorite villains now that I think about it in the Marvel universe.
He's pretty far up there. So
Yeah.
I also just realized I forgot a couple of villain cards, so I'm gonna grab them.
You're just
really
gonna
fast.
go get them real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So next up we have so there's actually
Oh,
7
good.
of
That's
these.
gonna help the pile go down significantly.
Yeah, this will help the pile. So this is for those that know. This is the Marauder set.
For those in the know.
For those in the know, but
Not like me.
you use these cards for 2 different scenarios. For on the run and the Hope's Captor one, whatever it's called. So I'm only going to put 1 image up there because there's 2 down at the bottom. But they're used in 2 different scenarios. That's all I'm going to tell you about it.
Great.
So if you want to
super helpful.
if you want to rank them twice, you can, I guess.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Like what the difference is.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So
when
we
you
got
play it.
Riptide, Harpoon, Arclight, Vertigo, Blockbuster.
He probably went out of business.
Yeah. Grey Crow and Chimera.
Chimera.
I mean,
And they're double sides, so that's fun.
wow.
No, that's
Oh,
pretty cool.
but they don't have different pictures.
Most of them don't. They're double sided.
Oh,
They always have
that's
the
sad.
same picture.
Okay. They have cool names. which I appreciate and think is awesome. Oh, there goes one. 9, 10, 9, 11 hit points-ish. Attacks pretty minimal. 1, 0, 2, a couple of 2. When Blockbuster attacks, choose things. Oh, geez. You have so many options with all of these. Why do they give you so many options? Is that their whole thing? Who are they even from? Like, what?
The X-Men universe.
Oh, all right. Do you have to defeat them all? Or do you get to pick some? We don't know.
It's
all
a
right.
mystery wrapped in an enigma.
I've been told that if you don't know the answer, just assume it's the harder one.
Who told you that?
Like in whenever we're playing and they're like, I'm not sure how this rule works, and you're like, assume it makes the game harder.
Rule? Yeah.
The Grim rule. You have a
that's
name
what
for it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you gotta have names for things.
Yeah, I guess. So these feel hard. So I'm gonna give them a 4, and I'm gonna put them above the Blobby character. Now, who was the Blob? Was that the Sinister Six?
The Blob guy? That was the mansion attacks.
Oh.
Sinister Six is Doc Ock, which is like right there. That's
I want them to be below Doc Ock.
Okay, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the Sinister Six deserves to be behind Ronan. I would like to switch them with the Blob.
Put them there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And we can also at the very end, too, if you want to switch things around. We can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Or if you switch anytime you want, we can do that, too.
Okay.
All right. So now it's the Juggernaut.
I hate his face.
He's just got a nice little round face.
No, it's so weird.
A little helmet.
1 attack, 1 scheme, 2 attack, 18 hit points. They have all just gotten like harder. Brute. Juggernaut gets +1 attack for each momentum counter. And then when
so you get tokens, which is pretty cool. So
we like tokens.
We do like tokens.
Stay tuned for a token tier ranking.
Yeah, that would go good.
Ain't nobody can beat me. He's confident.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give him a... Let's make him a 3.
Okay.
Like low 3. Lowest of 3s.
Like the lowest of 3s? Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool. Next up, we have a Mr. Sinister.
He's got a sweet cape.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a sweet cape to be a bad guy, so...
Visionary, savior, madman. It doesn't matter. I'm Sinister. Only 14 hit points, 2 scheme, 1 attack. After a status card is placed on him, place 1 threat on the main scheme. I think he's going to be a 1 behind the skull guy. Skull but Crossbones.
Oh, Crossbones?
Yeah.
Right
yeah,
there?
yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, next up we have Stryfe.
That's not how you spell that word.
What do you mean?
Isn't it like Strife?
Yeah, but, you know.
I know.
The
It's
X-Men,
fancy.
right?
He also has a cool suit, and his cape is together, which I appreciate. 1 scheme, 0 attack. While Stryfe is attacking you, he gets X attack, where X is the number of cards the most common type in your hand. Oh, that's fun. Kneel before your superior.
Do you know what that means?
Like, ish.
Okay. Like events. Like if you have a bunch of events in your hand or allies or resources.
Yeah. So it can be at, like 4 or 5 probably at the most, which could be a lot. What are we missing? I want to make him a 2. Oh, he's got 15 hit points. Let's make him like mid tier 2. I want him below Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Down there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Okay. Next up we have Unus. And they always make fun of me because I don't think I'm saying this right, but that's how you would say that. Unus.
Sure. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 12 hit points. Psh. If the amount of threat on Gene Pool is at least 3, he gets Retaliate. 6, he gets Stalwart. And 9, he gets an airplane.
Oh, a boost icon.
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly an airplane. So that doesn't feel too bad. I'm going to make him a 1.
A 1?
But like 3rd down from hardest.
So like right there?
Other way.
Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, next we have another 4 cards. This is the 4 Horsemen.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I'm excited by their theme, and therefore I want to make them hard.
Okay.
All right. So their hit points range between... They're all 9. Just kidding. 1 or 2 scheme and 1 or 2 attack. After death, he has a deal 1 damage to each character. Ooh, that's tough. Death cannot be defeated while another villain has at least 1 hit point. How do you kill them then? What?
They all have to be at 0, basically, then.
Oh, okay. So they all have to have 0 hit points,
Yeah.
and then they all die at once.
Yeah.
Oh, man, these are so cool. Can we play them soon?
Soon. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it soon.
That sounds fun. I just think that they're neat, so I'm going to make them a 4. Like in the middle. Anywhere in the middle.
Right
Sure.
there?
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Okay.
smack in the middle.
Yep.
All right, next up we have Apocalypse. This is a two-sided
Ooh,
card.
I feel like he's hard from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Oh, he only has 8 hit points? 1 scheme to attack. Challenge me and be reminded why Apocalypse reigns supreme. When the main scheme is completed, remove all threat from it and flip this card and reveal Apocalypse 2. You are foolish to oppose me. Like, I don't understand why he is so hard. You know how when you have to go to the next one, do you have to defeat both of these guys before you go to the next one?
Yeah.
Like, you flip him, and then you defeat that card, and then you have to go to Apocalypse 3? You have to play 3 Apocalypses? Apocalypse-I? Oh, jeez. I can't remember if this is the one that you can, like, never beat. But I don't know why he's so difficult. Because it doesn't feel like it would be that difficult. I'm going to put him as a 3.
Okay.
But we'll make him the hardest 3.
The hardest 3.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right, next up we have Dark Beast.
Okay.
We also on the channel call him
that-
Dork Beast, but
Oh, is that because he's Hank?
yeah, but he went evil in the timeline.
I don't believe that. Have you met him? He's very
he's
nice.
evil.
He's so
I've
nice.
read the timeline. He's pretty
Nah.
evil. He's pretty evil.
A villain's work is never done. That feels on brand for him. But he's got 2 scheme, 2 attack, 15 hit points. When he attacks you, resolve the special ability on the setting. Don't know what that could be. It's probably not great. I think I'm sad that he's a villain. So I'm gonna put him in the 2s, like lower. Yeah.
Like there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next up you have Apocalypse.
Oh,
now
no.
this card's fun because it's a flippy card.
Oh, that automatically makes it more difficult. Look how big he gets. He's a giant now.
Yeah.
After he changes form, you heal damage. I am as far beyond mutants as they are above humans. Now he's got 16 hit points. That's a lot more. I have judged you and found you wanting. How do you even differentiate between this Apocalypse and the other Apocalypse? Like when you're talking about what villain you're playing.
So we'll refer to this one as Apocalypse 2, usually. Or En Sabat Nur is what his official title is.
Why do they have 2 of him?
Just the lore, I guess. I don't...
Is he a different person?
Nope, same Apocalypse, different timeline.
Okay. I feel like that's more difficult. Where did I put the last one?
The last one you put at the top of 3.
All right, so he's going to go in the... I don't know if I want to make him a 4 or a 5. I think I'm going to make him an easy 5.
Let me... I realize I don't have his thumbnail thing there, so
Oh,
I
no.
have to upload that really fast.
Okay.
All right, so through the magic of editing, here's Apoc 2 now. He was totally there the whole time. So what did you put him at?
Low 5.
Low 5.
Yeah.
All right, so right the bottom, low
Low
5?
five,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
All right.
All right, so next up, we have Kang the Conqueror.
Do I need to know about a future Kang? Or is this the only one?
There are a lot of Kang timelines.
Oh,
but
boy.
there will only be, as far as this pile is concerned, 1 Kang.
Oh, he only has 12 hit points. 1 scheme to attack. When Kang attacks, he either places a threat on the main scheme or he gets +2. Oh, so that goes up to 4. That feels hard. And I feel like I've heard you talk about Kang being difficult. So I'm going to go on context clues and make him a 4 above the blob.
Above the block.
Yeah.
So right in there?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so this is another 4-card set.
Oh,
this
fancy.
Is the Wrecking Crew.
Look how they're awesome. Their cards are awesome.
Those are the alternate art cards. So.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It looks like an
Yeah,
actual,
it's-
like,
That's why you should always collect the alternate art. All cards. Some of these have been
the
alt arts
Wrecking
and-
Crew. So there's Pile Driver, Bulldozer, Wrecker, and Thunderball.
Thunderball. Cool
Those
stuff.
are so fun.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, 3 attack, 2 attack, 1 attack, or 3 thwart. That's pretty difficult.
And their hit points are
Their
the
hit
top.
points 13, 14, 12, 11. Okay, out of the group of people, I feel like these are actually one of the more difficult ones based on their stats. I'm going to put them at a 4, right behind Ronan.
Okay, cool.
The Destroyer.
Right there. Sounds
Okay.
good. All right, next up we have, this is a double-sided card. This is Risky Business with Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin. You have to
Okay,
find.
that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that he's a businessman and, a scary goblin.
and it's risky.
Why?
That's his name. That's his name. Risky Business.
So he either has, he's 14 hit points. When Norman would attack, place 1 infamy counter on criminal enterprise instead. Oh, when he would take a damage, remove it from there. That's a weird. Okay. Deal 3 indirect damage to each player. Wow. Oh, like right off the bat?
Yep, when he flips that.
That's tough. When he would scheme, remove a madness counter. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't know I don't know what any of that means. Feels like he can't attack you. And he's got 14 hit points. I'm gonna make him. He'll be a 3, but like a low 3.
A low 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him above Juggernaut.
Above Juggernaut.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, next up we have Green Goblin.
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
There you go.
I had to say it.
Green Goblin. This
Oh.
is the mutagen formula version of him.
Okay. Huh. 1 scheme to attack. 16 hit points now. After Green Goblin attacks, place a threat on the main scheme. Oh, jeez. So he can scheme pretty fast, and he attacks you for 2 every time. Okay, let's put him above Norman then. Where did Norman go?
So right
Yeah,
here.
he's like a little bit harder than Norman.
just a little.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right, next up we have the Hood.
Okay. I feel like it should be just the cape and
It's just nothing else.
Yeah.
It's just a cape that floats around.
1 scheme, 1 attack, 14 hit points. That sounds easy. If you're not with me, you're on your own. I feel like that's pretty obvious.
It really should have been like, if you're not with me, you're against me. Like that's
No,
the more cliche
I know it's pretty.
line.
That was a terrible line, and I feel like for that you're gonna be in the ones. Foul play. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it does not belong to the Hood, deal it to yourself as a face-down encounter card. I'm not impressed. I'm gonna say put him in the ones, but like, who's next to him on the right?
Right there. That's Unus.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's harder than Unus.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Next up we have Magog. He is 2-sided.
Magog!
Magog. My Magog.
Okay, he's got a beard. 1 scheme to attack. Oh, 10 hit points. Okay. Oh boy. When Magog would be defeated, reset his hit points to 10 instead. That's annoying. What? Oh, he's got it back. Oh no. Those are so confusing. How do you switch him?
Does not say on this card.
I don't
It
think
might
so.
be on another card that says it.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm just gonna put him as like a I don't know. I don't understand. A 2, but like a low 2.
Okay.
Like-
Dark Beast or below Dark Beast?
Yeah, above Dark Beast.
Above
I guess.
Stryfe or no?
No.
Below Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah. No, in there for sure.
there? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. This is another 2-sided card. This is Spiral.
Okay.
You only got 2 left.
Oh, cool. All right. Oh, I feel like we missed one. Where was
Nope.
wasn't there a claw?
That was the
The
second
claw?
one we did.
Oh, where did I put that one?
Claw you put at the top of 2.
Oh,
No.
okay. I feel like that's wrong now. 1 scheme and star attack. She's got a lot of arms. Okay. Escaped Mystic. Spiral cannot take damage or be stunned. What? Okay, when Spiral would attack, she schemes instead. And then if there are at least 3 teleport counters here, remove all of them and flip her. Oh, okay. How do you put them on there? I'm guessing that's something to do with her cards.
Yeah, I think
She's
it's
got
another card,
13. I have never heard of this one like at all, which makes me think that you don't like playing her. I don't understand how she does damage to you. So I'm gonna put her in like a 1, but like above the Unus. That
Above
one.
Unus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
All right. Oh,
One.
no, we're not done. Okay.
Last one. This is Mojo.
Mojo. Ooh. Oh, I hate that card.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
Ew.
Yeah, it's not great.
Spineless. Ugh. All right. 2 scheme, 1 attack, 16 hit points. After your turn ends, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Place one threat on your hero for each card discarded this way that does not belong to the Mojo encounter set. So you're just going through your encounter deck really fast. 16 hit points. That feels like a solid... I feel like it's another 2.
2?
Yeah. Maybe like more, like 1 or 2 lower. Yeah, that's good.
Down there?
Okay.
All right, so now
Look
looking
how
at this
easy
list,
they are.
Yeah, this is great. Look at this list. Is there anything that you're like, hey, maybe I should reevaluate what I'm doing here?
I'm gonna move Claw up to 3, like middle 3.
Like in there?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
no, I think that's great.
You think that's solid?
I think I nailed it.
So just so we get this straight, Hela is the hardest villain in the game.
Oh,
and Rhino is the absolute easiest.
Rhino is definitely
the easiest. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, like now that I'm actually looking at the cards, that's probably not really true. Wait, can I look through?
Yeah, take your time.
All right. I'm looking at all my ones right now
okay.
to see if I want to make a different one the easiest of all time. I'm kind of leaning towards like the Collector being down low.
Okay.
Where's the Collector at currently? Oh, he's only second. Who is my other one? The Sentinel?
Master Mold.
Oh, Master. Oh, that's right. The Mold.
Mold guy.
I think the Collector is the easiest one out of all of them.
The absolute
yeah.
easiest.
And okay, so Hela. I just love her so much. Is Thanos next? I was going to say, those would be my 2 that I feel like are very tough. Thanos and Hela. So I'm just going to make her the hardest of the game because I also just think she is the coolest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you're going to lock that in. This is the official novels ranking.
She only has 8 hit points.
But her other side's infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there is no like absolute, official, like this is right and this is wrong. I can say confidently there are a few wrong things on this list. Some comically wrong
Going on
things.
to like the majority of Marvel Champions players would probably agree with the changes you're about to make.
If you just played through some of them, you would recognize the hilarity of some of this.
So you have to tell me, how many are you thinking, like in total, that you would change?
Do you want to go row by row? Like I'll start with the most difficult really fast?
Okay.
So Hela would probably be lower. She'd probably be like 4-ish somewhere. Thanos is good up there. Tower defense is one of the easiest scenarios out there. It's not hard at all. Venom is actually not that hard of a scenario.
Oh, okay.
Magneto would be up there for sure. And Apocalypse 2 is probably in like row 4.
Okay, so I got 1. Maybe 2.
You have Thanos and
and
Magneto.
Okay.
Maybe APOC 2, depending on where people place him.
And then one that was just really wrong.
Yeah. Tower defense is pretty easy. Also, I guess I should note how I did this. You did all of this except for the last group, which was the single packs. The rest you did in release order.
I was wondering if that's what you were going to do. Okay.
But the very end was just like booster packs.
Okay.
All right, so Ronan is considered one of the hardest villains in the game.
Yeah, I know you guys say that, but we defeated him the first time. Yeah. It had nothing to do with the slight rules mistake that we made.
No, it was very slight.
So.
And right next to him, Wrecking Crew is considered one of the easiest scenarios, like absolute easy.
So they deserve to be together.
They're just together. So yeah.
That's so funny.
Okay. It's also one of the scenarios where you don't have to use the standard deck for fun. You don't use it. There's actually 4 encounter decks, and you fight all 4 at once. Pretty interesting scenario. All right, so then the Sinister Six, that's a good spot for them.
Okay.
Kang I would put him lower. Some people put it higher. It kind of depends on how much multiplayer you have. That's not too bad. Mansion Attacks, it's actually not a bad spot. Next you have, this is the 4 Horsemen, which on solo, it's way down here.
Oh.
In multiplayer, it's higher up.
Interesting.
It gets harder with more people.
Okay.
So it depends on how you look at it. The Marauder guy, which is going to be or this is going to be the Marauders, the 7 villains you looked at.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of the easiest scenarios in the game.
What?
Yeah, it's way down
there.
But
there's so many.
Yeah, they're all real easy. And to be fair, the first scenario they're in is bottom 5 easiest. Their next scenario is probably like bottom 10 to 15 easiest.
You know what's funny is I was doing this and I kept feeling like I made people easy. And I thought it was going to go where I thought they were really easy, and then they turned out to be hard. And the opposite has happened, where
So
I was
hard.
like, "Oh, they're super hard," and you're like, "No, they're not."
So next up, Venom Goblin is top 3 hardest villain in the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
He's really hard.
okay.
All right, so this is Collector
The
2?
Collector?
Wait, which Collector is this? This is...
Yeah, he had more things that he could do. He was confusing,
Yeah, so
you know.
Collector 2 is pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
This guy.
Yeah, Collector 2.
He can't be defeated.
Yeah, so the whole gist of that scenario is that you're actually just trying to scheme your way. So you just have to scheme a lot and you win.
Okay.
So yeah, he'd be a bit lower.
Okay.
Next up, we have Apocalypse 1. I would rank him higher. I think he's relatively hard. You're not that far off, but some people find him easier, some find him harder. He actually has 4 stages, which is fun.
Oh, okay.
Instead of just 3. Nebula is a swing. You could actually put this anywhere in the list, and you're right. Because I have played Nebula where she is the easiest villain in the game because of how the technique cards come out.
Huh.
If they just don't come out,
Oh,
she's super easy.
okay.
If they come out nonstop and she kept surging over and over and over, she's
Really
one of the
hard.
hardest villains in the game.
That's fun.
So-
And I placed her perfectly.
Yeah, you really...
Nice.
And everyone will say, like, no, she's really easy or she's really hard. Like,
It just depends.
it depends on how you play the game.
Okay.
Ebony Maw is really easy, so he's down probably in the
Ugh.
2s. Red Skull's really hard. So Red Skull
Oh,
goes to high
really?
4s. So
Interesting.
He has a side scheme deck. So every turn, a new side scheme comes out. So you have to
Oh,
constantly
geez.
get rid of them, or his attack keeps going up.
Okay.
Claw is lower. Claw is probably like high 2s, low 3s. Taskmaster is actually really easy. This is the one that every time you flip to a hero, the encounter card flips over.
Yeah.
You just don't flip over.
Okay.
That's how you get around that. Sandman's pretty easy usually. He's a little further down. Zola is considered pretty hard because of Retaliate, so he'd probably be
Okay.
up there a bit more.
Okay.
Mugen Formula is considered pretty hard. So that would go up there. And ironically, Risky Business is considered very easy.
Ah,
so
yes.
that would be you join
Classic
the 2
tag
together.
team.
Yeah.
To make them a 3.
Juggernaut being middle of the road actually makes sense.
Okay.
He's pretty average.
Nice.
Absorbman is the easiest villain in the game.
What?
Like, hands down easiest.
No way.
There's very little.
So that's why I've heard you talk about him.
Because he's just so easy. That's so stupid.
That's hilarious.
All right, so next is Ultron, who's pretty hard.
Okay.
Because he
Okay.
constantly comes out with minions, so he'd be up there. Mojo on solo can be hard. Multiplayer, he's kind of easy, I think. People say he's hard, but I think he has a really easy way to get around his gimmick, especially if you rush him down, so he's not too bad. So it depends on who you ask on that one. This is Sentinels. It's probably about right. Mysterio, not far off.
Nice.
A little bit, maybe a little bit higher, but that's fine. Stryfe, he's the final boss of the box, and I don't think he's that hard.
Okay.
I wouldn't put him down at 2.
Oh.
But he's like
Maybe a 3.
middle lower. Yeah.
Okay.
Magog, you're probably not that far off. Probably be a little bit higher, a little bit low 3s. That's fine. Dork Beast is pretty easy.
Nice.
So yeah, he's a 4th villain,
That makes me happy.
but he's very straightforward.
Okay.
On Expert, he's a bit tougher. Drang is a very easy villain, so that's
Oh,
a good
okay.
job with that. So
Nice.
That's fine. Loki is one of the hardest villains in the game.
What?
Yeah, he's incredibly
Seriously?
hard. And he's incredibly annoying. So he's just
Oh, Loki.
he's my least favorite villain. in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're actually doing a thing right now on Patreon, over on patreon.com/D20 Woodworking, where if I hit 30 paid patrons or whatever, I will play Doctor Strange against Loki, my least favorite
no.
hero against my least favorite villain.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And as of recording this, we're about 9 off. So, just if you want to see that, we're doing that right now over on
Just
Patreon.
see D20 angry.
It's just gonna be an anger stream the whole
Talk
time.
about ranting.
So the link.
Who doesn't wanna watch
down
that?
below. I know, right? All right, Crossbones is a little higher, maybe.
okay.
He's maybe a little bit higher. He might be down there.
Okay.
Mr. Sinister is actually pretty hard, so he'd be probably up here in the 4s. The Hood, he plays with 8 encounter sets, and you pull
Oh.
in random ones. So
Ugh.
it depends on which encounter
Okay.
sets you do. So he can be pretty easy, but if you pick really hard encounter sets, he can be really hard.
Okay.
So it kind of depends on this. Spiral can be difficult. Once you figure out her mechanics, she's easier. So I would still put her like 2s, maybe 3s, but it's not. I think that's fine where you put her. Maybe a little bit higher. Unus is not too hard. He's got a cool mechanic, but it's not too hard. Sabretooth, a lot of people hate because he's so hard. Now, he's not one of the hardest, but because
Really? Because he keeps healing?
Because he keeps healing. So
Okay.
people don't... And there's also this other mechanic in there that you don't know about where there's a senator that you have to protect. And if
Okay.
you don't defend
Oh.
against Sabretooth, he attacks the Senator. And it's
Oh.
really hard to heal the Senator.
Okay.
So it's
So
doubling
you can
that.
die if the senator dies, and then you're just done.
And then you
Okay.
lose. So he kind of goes, back and forth depending on how you do things.
Okay.
Master Mold is tough. He's probably middle of the road. Middle of the road.
He's just mold.
Yeah. Rhino
He
is.
deserves to be there.
I mean, he shouldn't be at the bottom, but he is.
He's
easy.
not at the bottom.
No, that's true. You have Collector 1 down there, which is interesting because a lot of people hate Collector 1. And the reason being is the way
He
Collector 1
deserves to be
works.
down there.
No. He's easy if you learn how to work around his mechanic, but it can be very difficult for a lot of people. So his mechanic is when a card would be placed in the discard pile from play, put it face up
So
in
you
the collection.
are getting rid of cards pretty fast.
The problem is once there's 5 cards in the collection, you lose.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not events, but like any of your allies, if they left, go in the discard
So
pile.
you're not allowed to discard anything.
You can't discard supports, upgrades, or allies.
Huh.
So if they get discarded, they go into the collection. So the way you get around it is just not chump blocking with allies.
Okay.
Like you do everything like normally, and you just
Wow,
can't let
that's
anyone
tricky.
die. It's a little bit tricky, but once you learn that trickiness to it,
Then you can get around him.
then you get around it. And it's a little tough. It's not the easiest, but it's not that
So
bad.
who are your hardest villain and easiest villain in the game?
Easiest villain's Absorbing Man.
Oh,
Hands
that's
down.
right. Okay.
That's not
Yep.
even a challenge. People will say, the community will probably say on this video, if they want to comment down below, hit like and subscribe while you're down there, they'll probably say Ronan. And I hard disagree with Ronan being the hardest villain. I think once you learn how to work around him, he's not that hard. By using one strategy, you can beat him about 70%, 80% of the time, doing the 3-turn rush strategy, which we've done on the
You sound like you could be a villain because you're so confident.
I'm so confident beating him. For me, the hardest one is probably either Venom, Goblin, or Thanos. I think those are... Oh, maybe Magneto. Magneto's up there, too.
Okay, that makes me happy that I had Thanos up there and Magneto.
Yeah.
I feel like overall I got about 50% in the right-ish areas.
It wasn't terrible.
And then I got about like at least the 30% just really wrong.
There's a solid, 10% where it's comically wrong. But that's all right. I think you did a good job.
Most of the time. That was fun. Now it's got me a little bit more excited to play some of these guys now. Because, I mean, I've only been exposed to a very few number of them. So, like, the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse sounds cool. I kind of want to play Absorbing Man just to see, like, how easy it is. And then I want to play Magneto because you said he's got one of the coolest mechanics in the game.
Did I?
I think so.
I
I
think
thought
it's
you
the
said
coolest,
I thought you
yeah.
said Magneto was really interesting.
I think Magneto is cool. The magnet counters are fine. What would I have said this
Oh.
mechanic?
I gotta go rewatch
I know, we'll have to
the
rewatch
video.
the video and see what it is.
I thought you really liked that one. Now I don't know.
I like it fine.
Oh.
It's a fine mechanic. God, did I say that? I don't know. There's a lot of mechanics I like. I mean, I like Magneto a lot. So
Okay.
He is one of my favorite villains, though, in general. To play. I said
Oh.
Magneto was the best designed villain.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That was me trying to replete what you said and
That's
not
fine.
use the right words for Marvel Champions. But yeah, so I want to play that if he's really well designed. So yeah, I'm excited to try some of these guys. Obviously, we're done with Ronan.
So, how do you feel after your first tier ranking on this channel?
I feel like it proves that I am already an expert on
Wow.
how Marvel Champion works. Really picked it up quickly, can understand what the cards mean really well.
Yeah. I agree. I think
yeah.
very few would deny that.
Yeah,
from-
I mean,
from what they've
as I'm
said.
sure the comments will reflect, I just nailed most of these and didn't get any wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely nothing wrong. So, anyway,
It's really hard.
it is when you've played
It's so
six of
hard
them.
to tell.
6 of the 45 that are out there, or whatever it is.
Plus, you get like no information
There's
on some
nothing.
of these cards compared to what their like the rest of their decks look like and
Yeah.
how they work.
Yeah, while you were going through it, it made me realize that there's a lot more information on other cards out on the table.
That
Because
are-
I'm like,
that are
you should know
helpful.
how this
Yeah.
works based on that card. And as I
I
read it, I'm
don't.
like, you won it, which is kind of interesting in how it works. So.
I guess this was a good way to rank them because it was kind of going in blind
Yeah.
with just a little bit of knowledge, but that was fun to try.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. That was really enjoyable. And if you enjoyed it, let us know down in the comments. While you're down there, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Or let me know what you want me to tier rank next.
Yes, if you want more videos like this, what should
We'll
we
give it
tier
a
rank
shot.
next? Because I'm sure that will go equally. As
Oh,
well.
equally as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, equally. So
Yeah.
anyway,
It can only go up from here. Inaccuracy.
we'll see.
We can try.
See. It's not like you ranked a 0 in accuracy, so it could get worse.
I guess that's true.
So, anyway, appreciate you all taking time to watch this, and we will see you all next time.